1985 Mercedes W123. This is the 280 manual car. Excuse me there, 280, quite rare in a manual, especially with it being a 280. In maroon, sits lovely and level. We'll have a look at that both sides. Sits nice and level, not sagging anywhere. With the cream interior, this one. Right, I'm just going to shut this passenger door properly. That's me, I apologise about that. Right, bodywork-wise, we're going to start off the bonnet. Work our way around this Mercedes 280 onto the interior, and then we'll go for an engine start-up. Nice and straight up the bonnet. There's a few little stone chips here and there on the bonnet and the paint side of things. You're going to get it. It's an 80s make. You're going to get these sort of issues. But overall, very, very presentable. We've got no rust across the front scuttle on the left-hand side. Up and around the windscreens, a few little stone chips here and there. A little bit of rust behind the left-hand wiper. And the scuttle itself a little bit flat in colour. A few little marks in the scuttle itself. No rust on this side. Up on the right-hand side, again, a few little stone chip blebs. We'll do the roof while we're up here. Again, a few little stone chips that have just got very, very light surface rust heads on them. No major corrosion around the sunroof, a little bit there, and a little bit on the left-hand side. But overall, very, very presentable. A good drivable car, this one. Back down the bonnet, like I say, nice and straight. A few stone chips, no major dings or dents, and the odd little touch in here and there. Those glass lap lenses are crystal clear on both sides. The grille's in lovely order. No fins missing, no chrome bits missing there. A little bit of pitting to the chrome work. Very, very light pitting to the chrome work itself, but very presentable overall. Down on the left-hand side on the wing, a little bit of corrosion just below the headlight. The bumper itself, all nice and shiny with some minor pitting to the bumper. We'll do the lower valance and I'll come back on the bumper on the right-hand side. But overall, very presentable. Nice driver, like I say. Come round the right-hand side, wing top all nice and straight. The odd surface scratch in the paint. Nice and shiny as you come round the arch. Looks to be nice and tidy, that front arch. Nice sharp metal lip there. We'll do the do a bit of dodgy camera work so you can have a good look at that arch lip itself. Tiny little bleb there. On the driver's side, you've got the correct painted hubcaps all the way around, which just set this car off. Nice and tidy on the lower half of the wing. As you come down the lower half section, all nice and straight. We've got a little bit of a lacquer flake there and a tiny bit of corrosion on the bottom corner of the driver's door. Up on the driver's door itself, again, some lacquer peel around the handle and the odd little stone chip mark here and there. Chrome wing mirror's got a bit more heavier pitting on the top, but again, not too bad at all. Down onto the driver's rear, around the handle, nice and straight. The door top's lovely and level. A few little bits at the back of the driver's door there. Across the lower half, all nice and straight. No problems, a nice good shine to it as well. Clearly had a good polish in its life, this one. A few little bits at the back of the door where it's been opened up onto something else. And around that rear arch, lovely and solid. Again, you put your hand behind there. Nice sharp lip. I'll do the arch lip as well so you can have a good look at that. And no rust that I can see coming through on the paint side of things. Lovely and tidy down on that lower valance. And again, lovely and straight down this whole rear quarter. Paint a gold cap on that side, a few stone chips on it. A little bit of a stone chip to the back of the petrol flap. Rest of the top of that quarter, nice and tidy. A few little surface scratches here and a bit of stone chipping. And a tiny bit of corrosion underneath your painted chrome trim on the right-hand side. As we come down that rear quarter, a few little marks on the back there. A little bit of a dent to the chrome work on the back. Light lenses are nice and clear. A little bit of a crack in this one, but not too bad. It hasn't fallen through anything like that. Bumper itself, got a tiny bit of bleb of rust there. Bumper itself in good order. Again, some light pitting, but nice and shiny, very presentable. We'll do that lower valance, so you can have a good look at that there. Back up onto the passenger light, nice and clear on the passenger side. Across the back around the number plates, all okay. Up onto the boot lid, nice and tidy. No rust around the badges, all nice and straight there. Bit of a little dent here in the boot lid and another one there, very shallow. Some light surface scratches in the paintwork on the boot itself. You can't see those there, but again, nice and presentable. A little bit of rust at the back, no rust below the screen on the the right-hand side. As I come around the left, you can see we have got a bit of rust there on the left-hand side below the windscreen. Back down and a little bit started around the aerial, but when you fix that, you sort that out at the same time, don't you? A little bit on the back of the left, rear quarter above the chrome trim. The rest of it's all nice and shiny. Like I say, the odd little mark here and there, but all nice and presentable. Bit of rust on the back behind the light. That's the left-hand side there. We'll do the lower valance and we'll come around the arch. Arches themselves, where they normally go, seem to be pretty good. We've got a few little tiny blisters on this one, but again, put your hand in, nice sharp lip. I'll do it inside of the arch nice and slow there so you can have a good look at that. And then on the paint side of things, you've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 that I can see there. But overall, nice and presentable, lovely and shiny, nice and straight down the rest of it. Lower half again on the door, nice and tidy. The odd little sort of light scratch in the paintwork here. As we come up the door, no lack of peel. Some lighter scratching in the door top itself, but no major lack of peel at all. And a tiny little bit of rust at the back of the door. Across the lower half on the passenger front door, we've got a few little stone chips there on the passenger front door. Down the edge and the bottom of the door looks to be all okay. Maybe a small amount just starting at the very back there. Not that noticeable. Top itself, no heavy scratching again around the handle. Tiny little rust bleb there, but again, all very presentable. Nice and shiny as well. No cracks in the wing mirror. A little bit of pitting, but that's all. Down the wing on the passenger front top, all nice and straight. The odd little bit in the paint, but very presentable. Lower half, got a bit of a bleb there. That's just where the screw through the trim. And a few little blebs on the arch itself coming through on the paint side of things. Slightly worse at the front there, but we'll do the lip again with some bad camera work from my behalf. So you can have a good look at that. And again, like I say, sits right, sits really level, this one. They're normally too high at the front or too low at the back. Interior wise, door card itself, all nice and tidy, no rips or tears. A little bit of grumminess in there, but all nice and tidy. A little bit of sun fade to the lower half of the door there. The seat itself, nice and usable. We've got a little bit of a nick out the corner there and some grime engraved into the sort of creases in the leather, but again, nice and soft. It's not gonna split when you sit on it. Nice and comfy, that one. Across the dashboard, all lovely and straight. No issues at all there. No delamination to the wood or major cracking. Nice and tidy down the centre console. A little bit of wear to the gear knob and to the armrest on the driver's side, and a little bit of wear to the steering wheel. And like I say, it is a 280 manual, this one, so that's quite a rare car. Lovely and tidy on the headlining. No rips or tears to the headlining. The driver's rear, again, nice and straight. No problems at all with that. A little bit of wear to the bolster on the passenger seat in the driver's rear, if that makes sense. The driver's rear passenger seat, that's a mouthful. Nice and tidy in there. Armrest comes out from the bottom on this. Working as it should. A little bit tight, but that's good. Carpet set's all good. Headlining from the back as well. No damp patches around that sunroof. Into the boot now. Some extra mats in the boot with the black carpet set. I'm going to carefully lift this boot floor up there so you can have a look in there. Spare wheels all there. Boot floor, have a good look at that there. I want to have a look at the scuttle from the back as much as we can see. Original warning triangle still in place. Into the left hand side passenger rear. Nice and tidy, little bit of pitting to the chrome on the ashtray, but all nice and straight. Again, the seat itself's good. No major wear. There's a few little sort of scrape marks on it and a little bit of grime, but overall nice and tidy. Into the passenger front again, nice and tidy on the door. A little bit of fade on that lower section there, which you can't see, but no snags, no rips, no tears. The seat itself got a few little stains in the middle of there, a tiny little tear just there, but the bolster itself showing a bit of wear, the right amount of wear for the year and the mileage of this one. Nice and tidy across the dashboard from the left hand side as well. And again, good carpet mats on the left. We'll go around to the engine bay now. Bear with me a second while I pop. And I knew it was on the passenger side because I know this because I'm fond of a Mercedes. I knew that should have been. But when you open that many bonnets day in, day out, you tend to forget. If you bear with me a second for some dodgy camera work while I open the bonnet on this one, I'm just going to place the phone down. I know that's very unprofessional, but it takes a little bit. Very unprofessional, I apologise. But accidents do happen, mistakes do happen. It's all human error, but the bonnet's a little bit stiff on the lever there. Nice and tidy inside the bonnet. The vendor did say, it is warm at the minute because we're photographing, but the vendor did say on cold start up in the morning, it'll take a minute or so just to tick over. You've got to let it idle for a minute or so, which is pretty standard on these early Mercs. I have had that before, just where they've got like a cold start choke on them. I'll fire it into life here. straight up into life for there, no problems at all with that. At 280, 6-cylinder, 4-cylinder. I'm lying again, what is wrong with me today? 4-cylinder 280. I want to double check now. 5-cylinder. So wrong there, honestly, what a long day it's been. I apologise for hearing that there. Some people are going to be watching this think this guy's an absolute idiot, but it's been a very long day here. It's knocking 7 o'clock, we've been in all day again, trying to get these cars processed through, so I apologise about that. But there you have it, a lovely Mercedes W123 Saloon 280 manual car in maroon with the cream leather.